Justin, we are so happy to have you, and we should say that you're in the middle of training, and the building where your simulator is located, no Wi-Fi, because that's very private. So we've asked you to step into your truck. We very much appreciate, of course, you are the Xfinity champion. You won right here in Phoenix. How does it feel to be returning this weekend?
It feels great. You know, this racetrack has always been one of my favorites, and you know, coming to Phoenix, even from one of the very first trips there, it just felt like home. You know, the racetrack has always been great for me on track, but then, you know, outside of the racetrack, I really enjoy the area, and it's just always been a great place. And coming back there, you know, starting a new season after winning a championship in Phoenix, it has this really, the emotions this week have really been interesting, because I'm so excited to get back, and I'm looking forward to it. But at the same time, knowing that we have to be prepared and do a better job than we did last fall, and, you know, work on figuring out what we have to do to try to win a championship again when we get back to Phoenix later this year.
You started stock car racing at 13. What would you tell your 13-year-old self?
Well, as somebody that now has a daughter that is getting closer and closer to 13, I can't believe my parents put me behind the wheel of a big race car at that age. But you know, I would say probably going back, I would just tell myself to pinch yourself all the time, because, you know, the moments that you don't think are ever going to happen, when they do happen, there's nothing like it. And you know, I wouldn't trade this sport for anything. It's been an amazing ride, and something that I've truly loved every minute of. But I also know that I've been very blessed, you know, to have an opportunity to do this. I mean, there's so many kids that were my age that, you know, I grew up racing with that stopped racing because of one thing or another, and didn't have an opportunity to keep doing it as a career. And you're just very lucky to still have the opportunities that I do.
Well, you mentioned having a pinch me moment and always having that gratitude. And I know winning Xfinity was definitely a pinch me moment. And in racing, you really share it with your team and your crew. Can you talk about your crew and how they've added to your success?
Yeah, I mean, you know, racing, while the driver might get the accolades, the team is really the difference maker. You know, when these race cars are so crazy over-engineered, I mean, what we're doing nowadays, I mean, you talked about the simulator already, but just the processes and the things that we do to keep these cars going week in and week out, the engineering behind all of it, and just the hard work. You know, I think that's probably something that a lot of folks don't see. You know, they just assume that the race car kind of shows up at the racetrack and goes around in circles. But all of the work and effort that gets put in during the week, and you know, these guys work, you know, Monday through Thursday. Usually we travel on Fridays, we race on Saturdays, and Sundays really kind of, you know, even some Sundays we're in the shop and we're working. It's just crazy the amount of time and effort and energy that gets put into these race cars on a weekly basis. And you know, I have a great team. Jim Pullman is my crew chief, and really the entire group of 7 guys are absolutely second to none. But then also too, all the men and women that work inside of our shop and at Junior Motorsports. You know, we run 4 full-time cars and a 5th car part-time. We obviously had the car in the Daytona 500 this year. So there's a lot of diversity within our shop of what we have to get accomplished. And they never miss the mark. They're always on it, and they're pushing the pace all the time. And in racing, while it's a game of speed, it's also a game of precision. And we have a team that does both of those really, really well.
Well, we're looking forward to watching both your speed and your precision Saturday at Phoenix Raceway. I've always wondered this. You know how it's bad luck to say good luck to somebody who's going on stage? What do you say to a race car driver before a race?
You know, I've never been like the superstitious type, so I'm good with whatever. As long as somebody is cheering me forward, I'm good. I don't mind. You know, I've had a lot of, last year even at our race in Phoenix, we had a lot of adversity that happened throughout the course of the weekend, and we still came out as a champion. So anything can and will happen. You just got to be ready for all of it.
Well, welcome back to Phoenix. We can't wait to see you race, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing you at the racetrack.